looks like Christine was in a foul mood today. It was approaching 8 o'clock and I hadn't even had my cereal. I watched her as she distributed the cereal to the tables, and it looked like she might be on a slowdown somehow. Because at 8:10 I have to leave. If I haven't had anything to eat, I'll go up to my room and get some toast or something. Well, it was approaching 8 o'clock and she was still fooling around in the other room. So I went to and got a hot cereal bowl and brought it up to my room today because I could heat it up. I heated it up, had butter, which I don't use that, I just have sugar and milk. So then I also made a piece of toast, so by the time I got the toast and cereal made, and it was time to go downstairs and wait for the bus. Kay was in a pretty good mood today, in about average condition, seems like. And I took her down the hall and gave her 4 truffles. I wonder if she wasn't hungry or something. Maybe I should have given her a cracker because I was there quite early, but they had cleared off the table. So so I took her in a room, turned on the TV, and I stayed with her until time to come home. I don't know why these people don't read the directions on how to test for blood sugar. This one gal, she wasn't here this morning, Eleanor was here today, has been here for some time. She was very new, got out of school and got a job here, and apparently never read the directions on how to test for blood sugar, because a couple times I thought I sometimes know how I've been eating and that sort of thing, approximately where it should be, or I've tested up in my room before going down, which I don't like to do because I just stick myself another time for nothing. Anyway, one time it read 136, and I says, nah, I don't think that's right, give me another test. And that next one is 106 or 16. Anyway, it was 20 points over between the two difference. Yesterday, she tested it and just tested 50. Well, I didn't think I was that low, so I asked her, let's do it again. And that time it was 70. Well, it shows she's not doing it right. So it's, I mean, if they don't know how to test your blood sugar, what good does that do a doctor? He goes by these readings. So you think she would get the idea, well, maybe I should do it right. I told her, once she didn't get enough on the stick and she decided she'd put it in the blood again, I told her, you can't do that twice. That's the time that I had to redo it, and it was up in the 106 level. So it's strange how they don't, I mean, this head nurse doesn't even watch them, see how they're doing it. I don't understand. Now Greg, he is being more careful. I see that he holds it in the spot of blood for a while, so he must be waiting for the beep. So he's learned. I kind of trust his reading. It's hard for me to explain some things, in my opinion. Take this for instance. I was in the med room with this woman who is older than I am, by a few months, and she's been diabetic for years. She is getting readings which I wouldn't tolerate, and yet she's just as spry, and she uses a walker, but other than that, she's just as better shape looking than I am. I just wonder how it is. I worked my head off trying to keep my blood sugar where it should be, and here she just, since they've taken over here, she just lets them do it. It's Can someone explain to me how she could be diabetic for years with probably very poor regulation, and yet she doesn't get any of those long-term complications that other people get, like overweight or heart trouble, cholesterol, all that stuff that goes with poor blood sugar regulation. If you got an answer, please leave me a message. One thing I think that indicates to me that the workers here, at least a lot of them, it's just a job. They don't have any real pride in it. I don't know about the company pride, but they're putting down a new floor in the dining room, and in the area where they haven't laid it down, there had been some, amongst all the tables, and someone had dropped a big splotch of black stuff, liquid of some sort, and there were a couple things there in that area. And the people had been walking around this, doing their job and just ignoring it. Now, you know, when it comes to something like that, if someone should fall and slip, especially if they've been told that, the company had been told that there was that hazard here, they could get their sock suit off. Well, I told one of the workers, forget which one it was, and I told her that there was a big splotch of stuff on the floor that needed to be cleaned up. Just ignored it. I don't know when they picked it up. Later on I looked, it was gone, but she should have stopped what she was doing and go get a rag and clean it up. But they didn't care about the thing, no matter how ugly it looked. It was ugly, it was black. It was on this floor that had been processed. It was ready to be a floor put down. It was clean, it was white. It was amazing that they would let that happen. Same thing in the elevators. There's someone dropping a Kleenex or tissue on the floor quite regularly, both of them. And it lays there for hours. Not one of the workers will pick it up. I'm surprised. To me, that indicates that they just have no pride in their... I don't know if there's something going on between Kay and Mantua. Today, one of the women there saw that Kay had on her blouse. It had come in the laundry or something, and it obviously was too big. I knew it wasn't hers. I didn't know who it was, but the lady was walking down the hall and says, "Oh, that's my blouse." She looked, and sure enough it was. Well, I took Kay in the room and I told Mantua to change it for something more her size than hers, but she wouldn't let him do it. No, she didn't really want me to do it either, so I can't say that it was something inherent that she just doesn't like him, or maybe the situation she didn't want to get it changed, but it's something to keep in mind.